She's not the only one. It's also my sister, Brandi Michelle Hall. She is the ringleader. She's actually the problem. Now, Sierra's the henchman. But Brandi, on the other hand, is... I don't know the term that I'm looking for. I'm trying to think of the term. She's the mastermind of it. Like, she will recruit people, she will blackmail people, she will bribe people. Sometimes she'll just, sometimes she will do an exchange for like sexual favors. Like, she'll get people to do stuff. Like, say if she noticed that there's a guy that's desperate and maybe his sex life is on a low end, she'll give sexual favors to get him to harass me and stalk me. You know what I mean? Like, they may not have a problem with me. It's just they want whatever she's giving. Some of them want whatever she's giving, so they're desperate. Like, some of them have drug dependencies. Some of them may have, shopping addictions. Some of them may have like an image or a lifestyle that they want to maintain, and she's like the master of deception. She knows how to create, she knows how to paint a pretty illusion to make things look like they're a certain way when they're not. And some people who are like very like obsessed with their image, they'll probably do her dirty work because they want to appear to have clout or like a lot of followers, a lot of support. They want to give off that image that they have a lot of money and that they're hustling and they have a living and they're an entrepreneur, but they're kind of maybe engaging in a dangerous lifestyle that may be illegal, and they don't want to attract attention. They want to have some type of alibi. She'll she knows how to forge stuff. She knows how to do fraud and all that to make maybe their resume or their taxes or whatever papers that they have to file look good. She knows how to do that. So I know that there's many ways that she can help someone quid pro quo style. She's been doing that for a while. That's how my sister is. Even with me, she was like that. Like, she wouldn't do anything for free. Nothing out of the kindness of her heart. Everything always had a price. And if she did something for you, it came at a price too. I mean, if you did something for her, she would still charge you. I know it doesn't really make sense, but she's a taker. So that's the best way that I can explain it, is that she knew how to give people the right amount of what she wanted. If she wants somebody to do something for her and do it right, she knows exactly what to offer a person. Most of the time it's not genuine. It's just, she knows how to trade in commerce, but in a black market style. And she knows what people need. She knows what people want. And so if she needs a favor from somebody, like for them to keep tabs on me, then she knows, 9 times out of 10, she's going to study that person. She's going to know what they need. She's going to know what they want. And she knows how to play it to her advantage, because my sister is very manipulative. And my sister is one of those people where a lot of people have been kind of trying to warn her and like tell her like, hey, you should probably, leave Poe alone, leave Poe alone, leave Poe alone, stop messing with her, leave her alone. They try to tell her, but she just won't listen. Like, I don't know why she's so stubborn, but she's just really stubborn and defensive. Like, it doesn't matter what the situation is. Like, she's just stubborn and defensive. It don't matter what the cost. It don't matter like who is in a position of power to kind of like warn her to stop acting like a bully. She'll just do whatever she wants to do. Excuse me. Yeah, she'll just do whatever she wants to do, and she doesn't care about the repercussions. Like, a lot of times, like I said, she'll bully me all day, every day. So what has she done in the past? Well, as much as I'm embarrassed to admit it, but at this point I really don't have much of a choice because I'm in a very unfortunate circumstance and my free will was violated. But my sister, sometimes she goes by the name of Alex, but as embarrassed as I am to admit, okay, so as much as I am embarrassed to admit, but my sister forced me to marry her. I know it makes no sense. I can't explain it. Maybe there's more detail later, but I don't know how she was able to do it. I don't know why she did it. I'm assuming to get access to my finances and, you know, to have that right over me, to have, like, you know, my documentation. She could receive an inheritance if, say, something would have coincidentally happened to me. She'd be able to reap the benefits. She'd be able to have access to my identification and my papers. So if she wanted to steal my identity, she could. She just had that close access. But I know for sure I never consented to marrying her. I never was okay with that. I made that clear at a young age that I did not want to get married. And she forced me. She forced me to get married. And I was not okay with that at all. And I've been trying to get a divorce ever since, but, you know, the security guards like Alfonso, they've been helping my sister. You know, hold me hostage and traffic me and stuff. And they've been, you know, like I said, my sister will come through. I'm not saying that she's a saint, but if she wants the job done and they are looking at a specific price, she's gonna follow through because she has the money. She has the access to be able to do that. She has the power to be able to do that. So there's that. That's my sister for you. Yeah, if they looking at a specific price and they give her the price tag, if they do their job correctly, she'll pay. She'll pay up. Especially if it's something scandalous, she'll pay up. She won't pay me what she owes me, but she'll pay somebody to do her dirty work for her. Yeah, she forced me to marry her, and she has access to my finances along with a few other people. Yep, she forced me to marry her, and I've been trying to get a divorce for many, many years. And the security guards have just been helping her hold me hostage and prevent me from moving forward. That's why they're blocking me, because, you know, you think about all the money that I've accumulated, the money that I've earned, all the hard work that I put in. You know what I mean? If they want that money to keep rolling in, and my sister's telling them that, well, the only way that money's going to be rolling in is if you continue to block her and stop her. That's the only way. If they're desperate enough, they're going to keep doing it, especially if they're lazy or they don't want to put in the hard work, or, you know what I'm saying, like they're used to cheating people to get what they want. I would imagine that may be a simple job for them, especially if they've been successful all these years. 25 years they were successful. They were spending money that wasn't theirs, and they didn't have to work hard for it. I mean, logically, you know, in an ideal world, you know, everybody would be making $25 million a day doing nothing if we were in an ideal world, but we're not living in that type of world. We're living in a world where, you know, if you want that type of money and you want it fast, you either have to be very talented at something that'll get people's attention and they'll be entertained, or you have to rob somebody. And there's a lot of people out there that are gangsters that will rob somebody. Now, sometimes, you know, there's gangsters out there with a conscience, and then there's gangsters out there with no conscience. I guess you got to be able to know the difference to determine which one is which. But the gangsters that I used to hang around, voluntarily, not being forced by peer pressure or human trafficking or false imprisonment, were gangsters that had a conscience, gangsters that, you know, were revolutionary. Those are if I'm gonna hang out with some gangsters, this is gonna be gangsters that are gangster for a cause, not just preying on innocent people and exploiting children, and, you know, they have integrity. But some of the gangsters that I've encountered, they're just bullies. They have no integrity. They have no conscience. You know, they're bullies. They're not really tough. They're just bullies. And a lot of them are more afraid of you than you are them. Like, with those security guards I was dealing with a few, I guess like about an hour ago. You know, the reason why they was ganging up on me like that is they were giving off, I'm more afraid of you than you are of me. I'm scared that you're going to wake up and start swinging, or I'm scared you're going to pull out a gun type of energy. But I don't have no weapons on me. I'm homeless. Where the fuck am I going to get a weapon? I don't even have, I don't even have information. Like, I don't even have my own documents. Like, I would have to have some fucked up priorities if I don't even have a place to stay, but I'm getting a gun. Like, that don't make no sense to me. Like, my priorities would be messed up. Like, I can barely even get a bite to eat. If I do get a gun, I'm gonna sell it for some money so I can have some good ass food, take myself out to a nice restaurant and have something to eat instead of always depending on the homeless shelters or other people to feed me all the time. If I can get enough money, I'll probably spend that and get me an apartment for a month. Something, shit. I'm not gonna wanna, like, my priorities would be entirely messed up. I can barely find food and clean water to drink. I'd be spending my money on that, realistically. I'm just telling y'all what it is. Like, they're so worried about me having a weapon and having a gun or attacking them that's not even what I'm thinking about. Like, I mean, of course, if you provoke somebody long enough and you're disrespectful enough, they're gonna want to hurt you. But I was saying earlier, my focus is not for revenge. It's not to settle the score. It's not to be violent. I have my urges where I get pissed off at the way they're acting, and sometimes I do lose my cool a little bit. But I mean, that's anybody that's being stalked and bullied and harassed for 25 years, 24/7. If you walk a mile in somebody's shoes, you will understand what they go through. And it's okay to be upset every once in a while, or even lose your cool and mess up and say something out of turn. It's okay. Like, I'm a human being. I make mistakes. People make mistakes. Like, the people that bully me and gang stalk me, they make mistakes. But I'm not really so focused on trying to destructively criticize them as I am really just kind of calling out their behavior and explaining to people who are wondering what's going on, why they're doing what they're doing. Because I'm new to this. When I found out what was going on, and I had gotten advice from people to, tell my story. Sometimes if I can record it so that there's documentation. I was advised to that I'm not normally I'm very photogenic, and I'm not very quick to pull out a phone unless it's, I don't know, to doodle on it, so I don't know. I mean, I'm just not in that zone where I'm so focused on trying to hurt somebody or get revenge. I'm not even on that frequency. I'm trying not to be. It's kind of hard sometimes because, like I said, the level of the harassment, the consistency of it, sometimes the rage, I'll admit, takes over. And there have been moments where I've gotten into some fights. There have been moments where I've gotten into some arguments. There have been moments where I've had to pick up the phone and call the police. Like, it just varies, really. It varies because I'm not perfect, and humans are, unpredictable at times. Our emotions go up and they go down. Sometimes we're cool, sometimes we're not. You know what I mean? Sometimes we do the right thing and we stay calm, and sometimes we make a mistake and get upset. That's my experience. But I try not to be biased. I try not to harshly judge people even though they may deserve it, because for me it's not about trying to make them look bad or criticizing them. It's about telling my story, sharing my experiences with people who are willing to listen. And that cat acting like it's trying to run up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cats, they be so quick, you never know. Like, I ain't trying to have no cat jump up on me for no reason, because they know how to slip right through them little cracks. And I am not trying to have no cat attack me out of nowhere. Some of them are nice, but the stray ones, they got the hands. They got hands. Them stray cats, they got hands. And I am not trying to get boxed up like a kangaroo. I am not trying to get boxed up like a kangaroo. Like, fam, please do not slap the hell out of me. I'm just chilling. Yeah, I see you, boxing champ. Shoot, them cats got hands like Mike Tyson. They don't play. They will slap a chick real quick.